Hello, it's the Bright Idea Sports Show coming at y'all live on a wild card Saturday. What's up?
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. We in the building.
First show in a minute. But hey, we're here. We're doing our thing. It's wild card Saturday, Marcus. We got new format. 7 teams made it. 3 games each day. How you feel about that?
Man, this is awesome, man. It's all day football, 2 days in a row with games that matter.
Yes,
I love it, man.
It's been the greatest season ever. COVID has given us football all week, some weeks. So it's been definitely lovely. Let's get right into it, man. Buffalo's already on. We were streaming on the wrong thing. We were on Twitch earlier. We figured it out, and I was like, I think we're on Twitch. But Buffalo, we were discussing. If y'all didn't hear us on Twitch, Marcus is saying that Indiana. Go ahead and tell them what they need to do, Marcus, to win.
Man, they have to run. They got to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, just because he's the young guy. Phillip Rivers is an older quarterback. Buffalo run defenses and all that great, but I don't know if Indianapolis has enough firepower to keep up with Buffalo because of Josh Allen. You know, he's doing his thing. So is Indy going to come out and blitz him, which they usually don't, or they're going to drop back in zone and make him dump the ball underneath? Is Josh Allen mature enough to do that? I think he is. I think it's time for the Bills. It's been since 1995 since they had a home playoff game. So I think they riled up. The Bills Mafia leaving today. So we going with the Bills.
You got it on. You got nothing but winners. Taking a quick break. That's just a plug for our T-shirts and sweatshirts. T-shirts, sweatshirts. Right Idea Sports. We got what we need. Colts had to punt. They had a good game plan, but they stopped Jonathan Taylor. That's what's going to happen sometimes, I think. When he gets stopped, then they got to throw it, and then that's when you kind of play into Buffalo's. They got a pretty good secondary. We're going to see Josh Allen come up here in a minute. Who you think's going to win this thing?
I got Buffalo probably between 7 to 10 points. I think the Colts going to keep it close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But just like we saw in the first drive, the Colts offense tends to stall here and there. But they also go on a hot streak, and they'll just start scoring. So
that's start scoring, and they let the other team walk them down.
Yeah.
You'd be up 25 points and still lose the game. But, yeah, I got the Buffalo hungry, hadn't been there in a while. And, of course, everybody knows the 3 Super Bowls. Is it 3 or 4? How many was it?
It was 4.
Ooh, that's it. That hurt even worse. I mean, it could be a Falcon fan, but, you know how we feel. But that game's on. We're going to let y'all enjoy that. We're going to chat about that one at the end tomorrow when we chat about Sunday's game, wild card games. Next game, Marcus, later on after this one. Oops, I keep doing the wrong button. Rams and Seahawks. Over under, first of all.
What is it? What's the number?
40-something, 42, something like that.
Under.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because the Rams real quiet with who's going to be their quarterback. Mm-hmm. Heard this morning he told the team, but he hadn't told the media. Mm-hmm. Jared Goff got a broken thumb on his throwing hand. I mean, I've seen some miraculous things happen, but to be able to play a whole game throwing the ball with a broken thumb, that's not going to hold up, man. I think
you don't even grip the ball.
Yeah,
that's why we're humans to do this.
That's right. That fine motor movement.
Opposable thumbs.
I think that they're it's not going to work for the Rams. I see the Seahawks walking away with this. I think they're going to run the ball, man. I think they're going to do what we don't think they're going to do, and I think that's run the ball and dink and dunk all the way down the field, win like 20-7, something like that.
Well, I mean, previous games, I don't know how many times they sacked Russ. maybe they got a game plan to get the ball out of his hands faster because if
Right.
you stand back there, Aaron Donald and them just tag him because Cole Beasley with a catch.
They do a lot of twists and turns on that defense that get Donald free, man. I was watching show this morning. Boy, the stunts he run, it's hard on the quarterback.
He quick, bro. He's quick and he's small. So, but yeah, I got Seattle winning this. I mean, you got to have a quarterback in the playoffs to do your thing, man. And he don't. He got to be able to grip the ball. And Seattle's defense initially they were kind of terrible. Ken Norton was on the hot seat, but now they kind of the secondary which was the problem is holding up enough, so to get stops, to get sacks, and things of that nature.
But for future reference, and this is where people run across a problem in understanding what's really going on. The Seahawks haven't played that great of a competition the last part of the season.
Oh yeah.
And the thing about that is that the defense is looking better than what they may actually be. So for next week, don't drink the Kool-Aid on these Seahawks if they have to go up against a Green Bay or something like that. I'm telling you now, they're not going to be able to do that, man. It's not
against Devontae. Because anybody named Devontae is a baller. Anybody
all year long.
Anybody named Devontae. You're legendary if you're Devontae, pretty much. You're legendary. Same. I mean, I think it's going to be an ugly game just because the Rams' defense is good enough, but eventually will they get tired, for, a couple of all those 3 and outs if that's what's going to happen today. Because Jalen Ramsey and what's the other boy on the other end? Michael something. Is it Withers? I can't think of his name. They pretty much held DK and Lockett in check. And if Russ hold the ball, he coming forward. What's up, Shal Micah? I see you checking in.
Yeah, they do have a problem, and that's why I say they may win today with more of a dink-a-donk and running the ball, running screens, things that are going to be quick to get the ball out of his hand because he can't stand back there, man. And they got enough weapons. I think they'll beat the Rams. The Rams could win, but Coach Sean McVay is going to have to come up with an innovative game plan to beat these guys because without that quarterback, that's not going to help him at all. So
Sean
I got
McVay. You said Peyton, I think. McVay? I was like,
Peyton. McVay. I'm sorry, Sean McVay.
Don't bring them up yet. Shh. I'm not going to talk about them. Yeah, I see the Rams just ran into the injury buzzsaw and COVID, and because I think Cooper Kupp was out. It's just, hey, y'all made it, but y'all are one of the more weaker 10-win teams. Don't they got 10 wins?
Yeah.
10-win team. So, I mean, whoever it is, they getting served up to Green Bay next week. So, hey, here we go. Last game of the day. Terrific Tom versus the Wounded Warriors of the Washington football team.
They are 6-7. What their record? 6-9.
I don't know.
And
a home game. With a home game.
Whatever they are, there's a reason why, man. Washington offense is not good at all. I don't care if this is
17 points. Not gonna get it today.
Nah, man. Tom Brady, he and Chase Young gonna talk crap at Tom Brady. He private. He gonna go ahead and hit him for 4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
Yeah,
quick,
real quick. This game is a formality. It's like, hey, you played in a crappy conference. Here's your reward for playing it. You get served up to either them or the Saints or Green Bay.
Right.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes to get it. Do you see any way? What way do you see Washington trying to score? Dink and dunk like the classic Alex Smith?
That's all they got. I mean, Washington's offensive line is not good. And what does Tampa do best is apply pressure with that front seven. It's going to be a long day for Alex Smith, who already can't move. It's going to be a long day for him, man.
So you see Hanky get in the game with an Alex Smith injury?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they're going to have to dink and dunk, and they're going to have to, hopefully hit Logan Thomas or something. But they got to either control the ball and dink and dunk, or it's curtains. They don't have the offense to do that. They just don't.
Yeah, this is a formality game, To me, it seems like they need to make some. I know the conference thing is good. This is why they have conference champion, so you can have a terrible record and make it. But man, it's bad for the business, though. It's bad for the business.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. This is a bad prime time game, but Washington make it interesting if they hit Tom Brady, because you hit him, it goes all over the place. So let's see what happens there.
Yeah. So games are started. Buffalo and Indianapolis look like they're just filling each other out. 8 minutes and 29 seconds, 3rd and 6. Indianapolis has the ball again, so they're just filling each other out. Hopefully we get some fireworks here soon. Moving on, Marcus. Moving on. Monday, January the 11th. Anybody doing anything? Anybody team doing anything?
Man.
Anybody team doing anything?
Man, I tell you like this, Kev. 5 years ago in the Sugar Bowl, Ohio State came down. Bama had lost the SEC championship that year, and I remember it like it was yesterday. 21 Gage, what was his name? Jones, and them boys came and they just drug us to death, man. They drug us that night. Like I told them, I said, we forgive, but we don't forget. So come Monday, Ohio State will suffer the same results that all the other teams Bama have played this year. They don't have enough on offense to keep up. The defense ain't good enough to stop Bama. Bama defense is going to be good enough to stop Ohio State a few times, and it's going to be a runaway. I'm calling a 21-point victory.
Ooh, that's big. Oh, Pittman, you called it. I'm sorry. I was looking at you. Oh, yeah. Yes, this game here is can't wait for it. We're trying to get back from New Orleans for sure. Was it New Orleans when we lost to them?
Yeah, we lost to New Orleans.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to having this. To be
man. They ain't played enough.
What do you think Bama gonna do? You think Bama's gonna just do Bama? You think Steve Sarkisian is going to cause some issues with him going to?
But it depends on how Ohio State want to play Bama. It's two different types of teams. It's teams that think they can go a mano with Bama, and then there are teams that know they can't, so they just do prevent defense. It depends. If they try to go man-to-man against Bama, it's going to be a long night for Ohio State. If they do that prevent defense, it's going to take Bama a little bit longer to score because they're going to have to dink and dunk all the way down the field, and then Najee is going to go ahead and run it in. Mm-hmm. Ohio State is just not stiff enough. You can't struggle against a Northwestern and Indiana with those guys. The only reason they didn't beat Ohio State is because they didn't have enough offense. That's the only reason they didn't beat them. Mm-hmm. So you're not about to stop this offense. Who you going to focus on? And they just got so many weapons. I just don't see. I mean, I like I said earlier in the year, the only team that I thought had enough firepower to keep up with Bama was Florida. Mm-hmm. And Florida was the only team that kept up with us that made it a game. Everybody else, nobody else in the country got enough firepower to keep up with Bama.
Yeah, that definitely is. I don't know why my thing didn't cut through it. I was trying to give it a roll tide, but hey. Yeah, I just think, I mean, Bama swept the freaking awards, man. They won every award: best lineman, best wide receiver, best running back, best quarterback. I mean, I guess you can put the thing in Justin Fields' hands, but Justin Fields know what we can do. He's been down here. He ain't seen it before.
Man, Justin Fields is good, but Justin Fields is a somewhat of an oasis, man. He had the best game he ever had in his life against Clemson. And I don't think he's seasoned enough because he just hadn't seen the same type of speed that he's going to need to see when it comes to the NFL. And I think he's not going to be like a Justin Herbert because he doesn't have that rocket arm like that. You know what I mean? And if you also notice, he does not go through his reads. Justin Field looks at the first read. If it's not open, he's taking off.
Yeah.
That's terrible for the NFL, man. That is terrible. So what do you think? He going to take off against these fast defensive linemen for Alabama, which he hadn't seen that type of speed. that's going to track him down. He'll get 4 or 5 yards. We stop him on third down, get off the field. We carry on. I mean, that's just what it is.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I got Ohio State friends. I think Tiambe, she's an Ohio State lover, and her husband is actually, Kenny O'Rourke. He's a Bama fan. I said, "How you a Bama fan from Baton Rouge?" She said, "Man, my family is the Rollins in Tuscaloosa." I said, "Get out of here." I said, "He been cheering for Bama since a kid."
You roll tide, right?
I said, "Boy, you be roll tied and then burying them down there in Tuscaloosa." So,
Kenny get ready to sleep on the couch because the wife's gonna be mad.
Yeah, she's gonna be mad. She's gonna be mad. She tried to keep the kid all Ohio Stated up. She's trying to blind him to the fact that they're not gonna win. But hey, it happens. But this is what we do want to talk about. Congratulations to the young fella, Smitty City from Montgomery,
Devontae,
the Heisman Trophy winner. Did you think he was going? You think it was going to be? Well, I think Trask and Lawrence kind of messed theirs up. Just from
with the records.
With the records and that. But Mac, Mac, not that he was mediocre. Mac, sometimes he throw a 5-yard pass and he take it to the house, or he'll throw a deep pass. But this was all his. What you think?
Man, the guy. I mean, I've been impressed with him since the 2nd and 26 catch against Georgia in the national championship, man. And the thing he keep reiterating out here that he tell his quarterback is to believe in him, because he's just like, man, believe in me, because I'm gonna do what I need to do. And the guy, he did his thing, man. And I think Smitty is the best player in college football. Even though Mac Jones has done great, think about it. He had to step up when Waddle went down to basically carry the load. The guy getting 15 catches in a game, 200 yards a game in a couple of games this season, 3-4 touchdowns a game. I mean, he's a very dynamic, seems like he's a master of his craft. When he go to the NFL, I think that he's going to produce like the rest of Bama wide receivers do, because he has the fundamentals that make him better than the guy. Yeah, it just got him, man. He's so smooth with it, bro. And I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with this dude, and I wish him all the best, man. Congratulations.
Man, telling, bro. I'm so glad. I'm glad he got it, because he was I saw an interview. They said people always want to talk about the catch. He was like, I'm better than one catch. I am better than when. Good Lord. They say after practice, this kid catches 100 passes with the wide receiver coaches off the machine. The point blank, tuck. Yeah.
Hey, man. Muscle memory. Memory.
Because as soon as he catch it, I was watching. After I saw that interview, I was like, let me see if he do that. I'm talking about as soon as he catch it, put it in the pocket, boom. Then I can go, ooh, he almost got a poochie punch.
And just think about it, Kev. He made probably $20 million by coming back to school and waiting for this round draft, because he's going to be a top 5, and he probably would have been a late first round of last year. So that's probably a difference of a good 20-some million that him and his family are going to be able to benefit off of, guaranteed, when he signed the contract.
Hey, he bet on himself. His dad, I think his dad a football coach? I think his dad, he be pushing him. He push him, I think.
Yeah.
I think he push him to be the best he can. But yeah, man,
who would have thought? Huh? Who would have thought that a little bit of town in Louisiana would be all Alabama fans in January? Who would have thought that, Kev? I better know LSU. You won't find a town in Alabama that's LSU or Georgia.
But you won't. No. Heck no. They know they got a loser coach over there. He just lucked up one good year. Come on, man. Okay, Orgeron's so mad. He know he a one and done. He trying to act like somebody he's not. So
right.
I just said that LSU fans. He's terrible. That boy from A-Meat. That's down south of New Orleans, I think, if I recall. But yeah, so congratulations, Devontae. Congratulations. Moving on to other things, keeping it moving. Coaching carousel, NFL. We talked about NFL, but the coaching carousel is here. Yeah. It's here. The top candidates I got in here. Top left, B-Enemy. You got Joe Brady. You got Daboll on the top. You got Salah. What's his name? Isn't it Salah? Salah. What's the guy in Baltimore? I can't think his name, or W. Wainwright or something like that. Arthur Smith in Tennessee, and us at the Colts. All these guys, you know, some young talent. I mean, I didn't know Bieniemy been on the staff for 8 years or something. I was like, what? That's ridiculous. Oh, Gabriel Davis. Is that Davis? Oh, Diggs got it. Oh, yeah, good catch. Good catch.
Good shot,
Good catch.
D.
All these guys are starting interviews. Bieniemy's been here in Atlanta. I didn't put Urban Meyer up here because I think that's just where the Jaguars are going, no matter what.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Let's start with that. How do you feel about Urban Meyer coming back to football, talking about headaches, but coming to NFL football?
Well, personally, I think that the Jaguars know they're not going to be good instantly by getting Trevor Lawrence at number one. So to drum up like the excitement and drum up the support for the team, because probably the move to the UK probably is going to be hard right now with COVID going on. What better way than to bring, you know, that part of Florida's homeboy back, Urban Meyer, to drum up that excitement. So I think it's more about getting ticket sales, getting people to buy Lawrence jersey, and Urban Meyer get, you know, one or two years under him. He might have a good season, and he'll fizzle out by the end of his contract. So I think it's more of just getting excitement than really being able to do something on the field.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess they're trying to start a winning culture because, I mean, that's a winning coach. I mean, not like he's a loser, but of course he's not proven on the NFL level. I think he's a player's coach because he got some stuff going on. So I think he's going to be, you know, he's probably going to adapt well to the personalities of a professional athlete. So we're going to see how it works. You said Trevor Lawrence. I heard you mention that. So is that the first decision that he has to make? I'm going Lawrence, or I'm going to go to my Ohio State team?
Yeah, that's going to be the first decision. That definitely will make or break him. I mean, people can talk all they want, man. Of course, it's all about getting ratings up and getting people to watch. But Trevor Lawrence is a prototypical NFL quarterback, man. I mean, he ready to rock and roll, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And anybody that tries to put anybody above him as far as being the first pick, you got more question marks with everybody else than you do with him. And I that's the person that I think, you know, should be number one without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. He's got the prototypical body and arm, so he definitely is on the up and coming. Any of these guys that you like?
It's hard to say, man, and I say all of this because all these guys, except for Caldwell down at the bottom, have been assistant coaches. And, you know, we don't know truly what these guys' attitudes or philosophies are about football and running a team. You know, Dan Quinn, for example, great defensive coordinator, you know, tough nose, had a tough defense. You liked all of those things, but is that the type of dude that Dan Quinn was going to be as head coach? And that turned out to be no. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to find the coach that matches the personality of the team that you have, or a coach that's going to implement the culture that you're looking to implement. So, and there's my man.
Dawson Knox. I just saw it. Dawson Knox touchdown. Is that a planned play or did he just
he kind of went there, but that's my dog, Dawson
Knox. Like he was trying to run. Oh, did they run the Tebow jump threat? Oh, that was a smart play. That was a great play.
Get that to Dawson. Get that to Knox.
Oh, wow. He was wide open in the back of the end zone. Yeah, so the ones, the people I like, I mean, I know I like Bieniemy. I like Joe Brady. I like Daboll. And I like Arthur Smith. I like Arthur Smith because he's committed to the run, the Titans offensive coordinator. Now, these defensive guys, Marvin Lewis and Caldwell, I like them and all, but I don't know. I don't know if it's – I mean, Lewis he's decent enough. He's in Arizona, I think, with Herm Edwards' staff right now. But I'm really excited about is where Bieniemy lands. And has Joe Brady arrived? Has he given you enough to say he's arrived?
I think so, and the reason I say that is because when you look at LSU when he was down there and had freedom pretty much to do whatever he want to, because, you know, Orgeron wasn't calling nothing, he was able to come up with one of the most prolific offenses going. I think Matt Rule has a little bit much more of a hamstring on him in terms of how he wants his offensive philosophy to be. I think Joe Brady is a good mind. I don't know how he'll do managing the game, but I do think, I mean, if I were going to give anybody a shot, it would be him, because I think he has a good understanding of the game to be able to be dynamic enough to have a offense that can compete, and then you can put together a defense and see what that does.
Yeah, I like him. I like Joe Brady, and I like Dabo. I like Dabo because he came through the UA, and he know how to win now. What you think? You think his offense? I mean, he's on TV right now.
I don't like Dabo. I think he might be better as a coordinator than a head coach, but that's just my philosophy. The defensive coordinator for San Francisco, Saleh, I think he's going to be I think he'll be a good head coach, but he can't go to a team that's terrible. He needs to go to a team that has pieces there that he can put together, and I think he can come up with attitude for that team to make them successful. That's what I think. I like him a lot.
Well, they going to Detroit, and they just tried that last year. I mean, he's a Detroit native, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. He's going to Detroit. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't think they need to. I think Matt's out of there, right? Is Stafford out of there?
It depends on the draft. If they draft a quarterback, then you pretty much can assume he's gone.
Yeah, I don't think that team needs a defensive head coach. I mean, they just had one with Patricia, but hey, I mean, but Saleh, that's the homeboy from the hometown, so maybe it'll be a good story.
I don't know. Yeah, they were 31st in rushing and 32nd in passing, I believe. You need something, because I don't care what you got on offense. If you can't stop nobody, it's gonna hurt you.
Yes, sir. You know? Definitely for sure. So we're gonna see how these things shake out. It's the playoffs. Everybody's got their permission to interview with these fellas, and they've done their rounds, and they're getting ready to. Because most of these guys are in the playoffs, aren't they? Except San Francisco and Caldwell and them on the sidelines right now. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Next draft order 2021. Who's taking what? What you got at first? Trevor Lawrence and Jaguars.
I got Trevor Lawrence, and then it all goes to hell after that, man. I don't know if the Jets are going to stick with Sam Darnold or try to take a chance on a quarterback or trade down. Houston don't need a quarterback, so they can go in and I think they're going to get the offensive lineman. And then the Falcons need a quarterback or a running back, so that's who I say pick in the 4th spot. And the Bengals, I mean, they can shore up, pretty much all their areas. Basically,
they got
defense.
The quarterback for the future, so maybe they need to get him some protection.
Or something like that.
So he can. So I say the Jets. I mean, looking at the best player available, do they take Justin Fields and put him in that situation? I think that'll be detrimental to the kid. But maybe they say let's get a running back and let's see what Darnold can do with a real running back, because they got Becton and all those big boys on the line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I think they should go.
But you know what? The Jets and the Texans are in an interesting place because they have young quarterbacks already. So if either one of them decide not to take a running back and actually trade down, they could really come up draft pick wise if somebody real thirsty, like a Colts or Denver or who else? Like Washington. Teams that thirsty to get a quarterback, they'll give away their whole future to get somebody now.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Falcons been not trade. I know that.
Falcons need to get a running back. That's what we need to get for right now. You got to ride Matt out because ain't nobody going to take him. Bears, y'all can have him. San Francisco, y'all can have him if you give us a pick. But
you ain't lying.
We can have Julio too. I love Julio, but hey, give that man a chance to win. I say the same thing. I think Najee is going to be up there somewhere in one of these teams, whether it be Houston, Atlanta. Atlanta needs to get some balance. I mean, that's the only team I care about on here, but they need to get something to take some pressure.
I think ETN will be a little better than Najee, man. And the only reason I say that is because ETN has that breakaway speed that he can get on to the house. Yeah, Najee fast, but Najee is not.
He'll get caught.
Yeah, he get caught, man. Yeah.
But, maybe he can work on that with the parachute in California when, because I'm sure he's done with class.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at Wilkins. Is that Wilkins or Hines that just dropped that terrible?
Taylor.
Taylor. See, put Hines in there, man. Come on. So it's gonna be fun. Draft's coming up. I only did the top 5 because that's definitely the top worst teams, and can't believe the Falcons in there again. But what else is new? Moving on. Hall of Fame finalists, Marcus, they're up. We got them all up there. Like now, this is the first time. This is the first time I think that I look that every Hall of Fame person, like I know about them. Like I've seen them.
Yeah. This is the first time.
Slowly getting there. The list will have like maybe 5 or 6 or 7. And now it's I saw Richard Seymour at the gas station the other day. He lived over here somewhere. I saw him T.Y. Oh, he dropped it.
No, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was there too. That was high. Just lucked up. He lucked up. This is a great list though. When you look at see these players, you're like, man, they was.
And they're
tough.
seeing 5. They're seeing 5.
When I used to play Madden with the Jackson.
Yeah.
Fred Taylor, baby.
Man, Fred Taylor.
Funny, Fred Taylor. I mean, these are studs. How many get to go in?
They're saying 5.
5. Who's your for shows?
Peyton Manning.
Charles Woodson.
Peyton Manning. Charles Woodson. I want to say Tony Baselli would be my 3rd one. I also want to say my 4th one is going to be John Lynch. And then I think my 5th one, I'm just throwing his name out there, but Calvin Johnson is what I'm thinking.
Calvin Johnson, how many years did he play? 8?
10, I thought.
10 years. So 10 years, that's enough. But is it time for Torrey Holt to get in? It's time.
Isaac Bruce got in. I don't see why not he won't. But
yeah, I thought he should go in before Isaac Bruce.
Me too. Out of here too.
You don't like Jared Allen? He was hell on the end, or you just think he had a couple of good runs?
Well, he's a first timer. This is his first time on the ballot.
So he's not a first timer. Yeah, he's not.
He's not a first time. Like Clay Matthews is not a first time. Zach Thomas is not a first time. Reggie Wayne is not.
Has he got to be one first time?
I don't think he is either. I don't think he's. Only reason I would say Sam Mills is because he's like the original Panther, right?
But he played with the Saints first. I think that's where he came from, didn't he?
But I was just thinking along the lines of the Carolina Panthers not having nobody in the Hall of Fame that he could sneak in there on that tip for sure.
Yeah. That he played for. Looking at it, Browns. He played for the Saints, 86 to 94. He was on those paper bag teams. He was a paper bag boy back in the day when they used to have him and what was the other guy back there with him with the Dome Patrol.
No, I forget his name.
They had tough. It was Sam Mills. It was Ricky Jackson and Pat Swilling.
That's right. Exactly what
Dome Patrol. See that, Shawn Mike? I know your team. For sure, it's like you said. I like Peyton Manning and Charles Woodson. I think Baselli or Faneca, they're not going to put both of them in there at the same time.
Yeah, one of them got to get in.
One of them coming in. And I say either Holt Lynch and definitely Calvin Johnson. I think Calvin Johnson is Megatron. But it's gonna be fun. So that'll be something to look forward to. Fun stuff to end the year. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Marcus said the show me the money section. The show me the money. I only put 3 or 4 of them up there, and the reason I paired up the 2 on the ends is because they made conscious efforts to get them some money. What you think about that, Marcus? What you think about Tom Brady, who people say he's a D?
Hey, man. I know one thing, people think somebody make enough money or win enough championships, they not motivated. I mean, the guy had incentives for a reason, and he agreed to it in his contract. And him being the top 5 passer this year is amazing for a guy his age, and he got paid for doing it. So, I mean, dude, come on. I mean, show me my money, man. If I were going into the final game and I needed to do X, Y, and Z to get some money, you best believe I'm gonna get my money. So, congratulations to Tom Brady for making Tampa Bay show him the money, this year and all he's done.
Yeah. What you think about his act to fill up Antonio Brown's table?
Well, everybody got to eat, man. And, you go talk to the right people, you eat. So, AB, he stepped up. He had an incentive-laden contract. His time came. He produced. He got his money. So, hey, I'm all about it. If you produce on the field, show me the money.
Yes,
AB
sir.
got it.
Yes, sir. Leonard Floyd had I think he got $3 million, I think. Was it 3 or
But half
2.2?
sack.
Oh,
No, it was
1.2.
3.
3. Yeah,
Three.
he got I think when he got to 8, or is it 8? I can't remember. It was 8. He got like 500,000. But if he got the 2.5, and he needed that half, and he got it, boy, I know it was a good day. That's Leonard Floyd in the middle, y'all. He got cut by the Bears, didn't he? And
Yeah,
Rams picked him up. So that was a good pay. It got tons of them. But my favorite one is the one with Seattle. That's Russ.
Homeboy right there, boy.
Russ.
That's
They used to talk bad about Russ.
yeah.
What's his name? The Legion of Boom. Like, come on, man. It's the NFL. Everybody know the quarterback is the face of the franchise. I mean, the defense. You can play at that team forever. You might not have, but 2 years worth of that good defense. That's Russell Wilson's a good guy, bro. He's a good guy. Because if you don't know the story, Tampa Bay got a first down, I think, and they were up. It was like a minute and something left.
Yeah.
And he knew going into that play that, they were supposed to take a knee. So Pete Carroll, hey, go ahead and take the knee. We're going to run the clock out. Russ whispered to Moore. He said, look, man, I'm calling the audible, and I'm throwing you the ball. And the throw got him, I think, 200,000?
Yeah.
Something like that. And he said, like, they interviewed Russ after the game and say, Russ, he said, why'd you do? He said, man, sometimes, these guys stay in the league and, things happen. He just had a baby, that type of stuff can, help people get started. I think it was his first kid too, wasn't it? Is his first kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's his first kid. So, you never know how long your time is in the league. And that's pretty thoughtful for a fella because, Sierra didn't have that when she had Future. She didn't have, that kind, caring.
Yeah, that kind tenderness.
Russ drives by the strip club, not go in it, Yeah, so Sierra, you got a real nice husband. I really appreciate it. So people like Russ is pretty selfless in the words of Donald Webb. What's up, Donald? How you doing? So,
Donald, what's happening?
Yeah, so that's pretty nice, man. It's a whole bunch of other stories. Can you tell me about some of the misses, Mark? Anybody got mad about their contract? What about the red rifle?
Yeah. Andy Dalton.
Oh,
Andy Dalton won $1 million had the Cowboys made the playoffs, and my compadre Kev Washington was riding it like a
blew up all my lineups, bro. I was watching it like this. I'm going down in flames right now. I was like, what team is this? What?
So
team?
he lost out on that $1 million, man.
Did Cam hit his?
These incentives are interesting, man. So it's good to keep up with them because it's funny how a lot of things these guys agree to in their contract and think that they're going to be able to do. And then when they actually are able to accomplish it, that's pretty cool. So, but you got to believe there's a lot of them saying, I didn't get my money because they didn't do what they were supposed to do to get it. So,
yeah. I just like the Leonard Floyd one the best. I was like, man, he got $3 million for some sacks, bro. Running into somebody.
Half a sack. He just helped somebody with a sack and got paid.
He could have just done, when he saw Aaron, instead of letting up, so they won't. Let me jump in on this pile real quick so we can get this.
Yes. Let
me grab his sock. Let me grab his cleat. Oh, that's just half a sack. I touched him at the same time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shout out to all those fellas. I said we was gonna do some college basketball, but I don't know if it's time yet, Marcus. So I left that off.
Nah, we'll come back to that.
We need to give people time to look at Gonzaga and BYU, Baylor and Villanova and Creighton. But I can say Juwan Howard has his team playing.
Yeah, he does.
Yes,
he does.
So they trying to make some noise. And Rick Barnes at Tennessee. So,
yeah.
But I think the top dog is going to be either Gonzaga or Gonzaga looking good.
Yeah.
Mark Few, finally, Mark Few.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all. So thank y'all for coming on this thing and chatting with us today because we hadn't done anything and we've been kind of working on a way to stay more fluid because we have a run where we do shows over and over again and then I got to go to work at night because that's just where the job is. So sometimes we're going to be live, just letting you know, and then sometimes we're going to be recorded. So, but things we're trying to bring, we talked about this when we first started up this year, this season. We got James Hall, former NFL guy, friend of ours, played with the Lions, the Rams. Now he's, I want to say, a scout for 49ers. He does something for the 49ers. Got him
Consulting.
trying to get Cole Kubelik on here from the SEC Network and the Southland Conference. He calls those games down. Is that Southland? What's ULL then?
The Sun Belt.
Sun Belt Conference. Hope we can get Cole on here. And we got a MMA fighter. Y'all might know him as Blades Brown. We got him on deck too. So we're trying to get some people come in because I know y'all want to hear our beautiful voices, but hey, your mouth get dry doing this, and I got a heater.
Hit us up on social media in the DM for the merchandise. We got T-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve T-shirts. We're gonna have the ladies V-neck cut T-shirts. So
thongs,
hit us up.
thongs, ladies.
We'll get you guys right. Just come support the brothers and wear this out so people know where to come and get their sports from.
Yeah, man. And then you guys, we're going to have it set up. We're going to get some more call-ins, all that fun stuff. Microsoft Teams, we're trying to be innovative. Hey, it's Wild Card Saturday and Sunday tomorrow. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Peace.